trespasses, O Lord. Help us, Lord, with whatever the difficulties in life that we are facing, Lord. We have different background, Lord. We have different problems that we're dealing with, Lord. Help us to overcome them by the blood of the Lamb, Jesus, who died for each and every one of us. Help us to gain wisdom and understanding during this presentation so that we will not only be able to help ourselves, but help others, Lord. Please bless us again, strengthen us, guide us, teach us through your Holy Spirit and through Pastor Koku. Bless him and speak through him, Father. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right, so welcome back to our medication, which we mean by instead of putting people on medication, make them take the pills every day, we want them to be on education, health education. So we want to be feeding people with education, how to learn about taking care of themselves. So this is a very important concept. If we are taking so much pills because we are ignorant of how we can prevent, even treat diseases and sickness. So it is a call for everyone not just to listen to this presentation, but make it your personal principle that you have to learn. In another way, if you are not educating yourself about health, you're going to end up in being on medication, meaning taking a pill every single day. This planet, people used to live on this planet Earth without any medication, without having a pill to take every day. So if we are on a pill today, that means we have taken steps that were very contrary to the way it had been designed to be. I always ask any medical doctor, any health professional or health practitioner that how come Hippocrates, who is the father of medicine, do not use drug and pills? How can we follow his steps and using these pill and poisons? Personally, I am not against all the medical system. They are helpful in most of the time in a case of emergency. But the question is, how did we get there? It's because we have been violating the law of health that we are ignorant of for most of the time. We don't know how to prevent disease. We don't know how to live right. These are the things leading us to hospital. So do we need more hospital, more medical doctor, or do we need more education to help people to prevent and to know how to take care of their little things? So if people used to live on this planet without having to take pill every day, that means we just need to learn how to use to live. It's a very important common sense. Yes, in some cases you might need some help from the hospital. I am not against that. So we are going to be looking at a very important subject this morning that I pray that God open our understanding. I believe in common sense and understanding than just having a knowledge. So I will not be using too much scientific term, but much using a simple vocabulary that can help anyone to understand the real matter. Okay? So I might be very using very low language. It's just to meet everyone understanding. Okay? All right. So today we are going to look at the A channel of elimination. This is the second section. We started last time on the epigenetic. So, but before we get into the day's subject, we're going to do a very simple, quick recap of the epigenetic. generic is made of two simple words, AP, which means above, and generic, which is referring to your DNA. So epigenetic simply means that we are looking at any other cause of disease beside your DNA. This principle comes from two man scientists who end up in a big, I can't call it conflict, but I can call it as controversial research. And one ended up proving right, and the other one was proven to be wrong. So in the medical system, the whole medical system do not stand for epigenetic. They stand for genetic, meaning everything is linked to your gene. Epigenetic, everything is linked to your environment, your internal environment and your external environment. And we talked a lot about it last time. And we give an example for diabetes, for example, that when you are diabetic, the doctor is going to ask you, is your mom diabetic? You say yes. Your grandma? You say yes. That means, okay, quickly, it's genetic in your family. No, it's not. Your grandma living the same lifestyle, eating the same food, your mother born in the same house with the same habit, and you also come with the same thing. This is culture stuff. So it's not genetic, it's epigenetic. Lifestyle, environment, okay? Now, you will be surprised that the third or fourth or fifth generation, if you broke away from the lifestyle that leads everybody to be sick, you're going to reverse your disease quickly. But you have to believe that. But unfortunately, today we believe in everything the medical system says without questioning. And that's a blind faith. So the two leading people in this field, the first one was Louis Pasteur, a French scientist, who developed the germ theory. Okay? The germ theory is that everything is caused by some microbes, some virus, some bacteria, so you need to kill it. So this is where the killing coming from, that you need to look for strongest antibiotic to kill the virus, to do this, to do that. But we do not ask ourselves, how do we get the virus? How do we get the bacteria? But Claude Bernard come with the very opposite way. He start looking at the cells. He take a healthy cell and put a healthy cell in acidic fluid, okay, biological fluid. And more acidic is the fluid, the healthy cells start mutating. It mutates. The DNA change. It mutates from healthy cells into bacteria. And from bacteria into fungus and yeast. And from that into mold. And from mold into cancer. And the man was like, wait a minute. How healthy cells go through all of this stage in an acidic environment? And he did much more research and find out it's a very consistent reality that the environment we give to the cell will break the cell or will make the cell. So other people use his research, and I give the example of a man called Otto Warburg. He received a Nobel Prize for keeping the heart of a chicken for 20 years. Normal chicken do not live for that long. How he can keep the heart for that long? He creates environment, a fluid, well balanced to maintain the life of the chicken heart. So he come up with a principle that if you can give to your internal body, your lymphatic system, your blood, all the fluid in your body, the well-balanced pH, then you can maintain the cell as long as much possible. But if you make the body acidic, they start breaking down your cells. For example, if you have a stressful life, You're eating too much carb, less minerals, less vitamins, your system going to be very acidic. And the most alkalizing mineral in your body is calcium. So your body is acidic, so the body going to pull calcium out of your skeleton, because that is the storehouse of your mineral, and the main mineral is calcium. And you start going to have bone degeneration, but before you reach degeneration, you're going to start having loss in density first, and the soft part of your skeleton, which is your cartilage, your gum, all of that, start losing it. And because you are losing that, guess what? Thyroid is the manager of how the body uses the calcium in the body. So automatically, it starts creating other problems with your endocrinal system, which is your hormonal system. Just by giving acidic environment, everything starts collapsing. Mucus forming. Mucus come from acidosis. When the system is acidic, the body uses mucus to protect itself. Mucus is not bad in itself. But much mucus, too much mucus becomes dangerous because it creates a blockage. Many women cannot give birth because they have mucus built up in their fallopian tube and cannot get rid of it. It has to be cleaned out. So acidosis is the number one cause of all disease, all sickness. And alkalinity is the true solution to that. So in a simple word, we are dealing with epigenetic versus generic. The natural way we believe in epigenetic, the medical system stands for generic. To destroy virus from your body, even bacteria, just give to the body a very good pH. That bacteria is going to dissolve. It will go away. And I see many times. Yes, some cases you might need some antibiotic, but why not use a natural one? There are many natural, like oregano oil. Some of the bacteria can be destroyed by coconut oil, even in your mouth. Some of them by neem oil, some by tea tree oil. So it depends. There are many things we can still use. Why the antibiotic from the pharmacy is not very good? Because it's destroying your gut, the good bacteria in your gut. Okay, antibiotic is not something the body really deals with very well. If you're in some case of emergency and you have to use it, then after a couple of days, take charcoal to pull it out of your system, if you really have to, or if you don't know any alternative. So we need to be very balanced and transitioning from what we know to what we want to know and practice, but at the same time not be extremist or fanatic about it. So that is what we looked at last time. It have a lot of detail that we will not be repeating. We have things recorded. You can listen to it later on. The next thing we show will be anatomy and physiology, but I am thinking to do that next class, God willing. But today we are going to look at the 8th channel of elimination. Why do I stand so strongly on this point is because we are losing common sense when it comes to health. For my little knowledge, I don't think that the medical doctor check if you are constipated or not. I don't think they check how your eliminatory organ function right. Sometimes you have a headache just because you are constipated. And I would like to say every single disease, even diabetes, is caused by constipation. And when I say constipation, I want people to understand I'm not only referring to not be able to go to the bathroom. Constipation simply means blockage. Blockage. If you have a cough or any flu or whatever, and you have this mucus clogged up your nostril and you can't breathe, you are constipated. That's constipation with mucus. Anything that creates a blockage, any blockage in the system is a constipation. You can have constipation in your colon that you can't go in the bathroom. Okay, you can have constipation on your nose, you can't breathe very well. You have constipation in your lungs, have mucus build up in your lungs. You can have a man. Most of the men are important because their penis is constipated. Mucus, the same mucus is built up in the penis, and you can't do any miracle about it. You have to clean out the mucus. All of these things are constipation. For example, diabetes. How diabetes caused by constipation is the acidosis that disturbs the integrity of the cell membrane, and the mucus now is built around the cells, clogs up the insulin receptor. The insulin cannot get into the cell anymore. Now, you don't get insulin into the cell, you have too much in the blood, and there is a principle of feedback when it comes to the hormones. When the level is too high, it sends a signal back to your pancreas to stop working. And the more it's continuing, less the pancreas works, and the pancreas starts developing another way of functioning. And you might be losing some of the beta cells that are responsible for making your insulin. Okay, beta cell make insulin, and alpha cell make glucagon. Now, the cell is constipated. Why? Mucus and bad fat build around the cells to protect the cell from being damaged by the acidosis of your lymphatic fluid. And then insulin cannot get into the cell, you become insulin resistant. Very, very bad diabetic question. So when you go to the hospital, they don't ask, how can I help your cells to be cleaned out? No, they put you straight on medication. What are we doing there? We are managing disease. We are managing the case. We are not solving the problem. So the same way if you are constipated, you have to take colon cleanse to go in the bathroom. If you have diabetes, cleanse your cells. If you can't breathe, cleanse your respiratory system. If you are impotent, cleanse the mucus out of your reproductive system. Anything we have to know is a blockage. It's a constipation. Why people have so much problem with cardiovascular disease? Because the bad mucus calcify and sometimes mixed with bad cholesterol built in your arteries, and the pipe become very small for the blood to push through very easily, and you can easily have heart attack or any problem like that. Atherosclerosis. These are constipation things. The bad fat built in the wall of your arteries, and the blood can't move through properly, and you're in trouble. Constipation of your blood. If you're not drinking enough water, you're not taking any blood thinner like ginger, all of these are not part of your diet, and you're always heavy on the flours, all of this stuff, your blood becomes very thick. Your blood should be fluid enough. The blood is very thick, your blood is constipated. If your bathroom is blocked, it's locked up, nothing flushing, your bathroom is constipated. And what is the bathroom of our body? It's the lymph fluid, lymphatic system. Many people have a body odor or the smell because your lymphatic system is clogged up. You are not eliminating very well. So these things bring us to the necessity to learn about our 8th channel of elimination. How do we remove blockage? How do we eliminate this constipation from our body? And I repeat it again, when I say constipation, I refer to blockage, not just the constipation of the colon, constipation in any part of your body, even at the level of the cell, like just the very, smallest entity of life in your body. constipation happening even at the level of your cells. So, what are the 8 channels of elimination? We have colon, we have your liver, we have kidney, that's number 3. So let me restart again. Number 1, colon. Number 2, liver. Number 3, kidney. Number 4, lungs. Number 5, skin. Number 6, blood. Number 7, lymph. This is what most of people deal with. I'm going to mention number 8, that is the key of all of it. Number 8 is cell membrane. Cell membrane. If you understand the elimination of the cell membrane, the way your cell membrane functions to take toxin out of your cells, put it out, and take a good thing from outside, put it in, you can fix any disease in your body. So cell membrane detox, you don't see that often here anywhere. We do colon detox, colon cleanse, liver cleanse, kidney cleanse, but not cell membrane cleanse, not cell membrane detox. Now some people are talking about lymph, they're coming up, very good. Okay? So our goal is to talk about all these 8 channels one by one. The level 1 class is to expose us to the basic knowledge of health. So you are exposed to it. Now with the internet and the book and everything, you can deepen your own knowledge. So in this class, we are not doing any scientific teaching, but we are doing common sense and understanding of the principle, the basic principle of how do we manage our elimination. So before we move to look at them one by one, I would like to mention this. Our main goal is not to learn to always eliminate. It's much more learn how to avoid accumulating too much garbage. How to avoid the constipation. That is the best way to go. But if it happens that you are facing it, then you're going to learn how to reverse or how to get things cleared up. So cleaning this 8 channel, the first thing I would recommend is learn how to prevent the constipation of this 8 channel of elimination. Prevent first. Then when the problem happens, clean out and rebuild the organ. So, number 1 is colon. Most of the doctor, I'm talking about naturopathic doctor, will tell you that colon is number 1, one of the biggest problems. Dr. Christopher says it. Dr. Kellogg said that since he was practicing, he never see anybody have 100% healthy colon. None. Because the food we are eating is against us. That means we need colon repair. It's not just about going to the bathroom very well. You can be going to the bathroom very well and still have colon problems. Your colon might not have enough electricity to move things right, and your colon might have other problems that are not mentioned. People do colon cleanse, but generally we do not try to do and clean out mucoid plaque. And I would suggest you write down this name, mucoid plaque. Mucoid plaque cannot be removed from your body by simply taking colon cleanse. No. People have mucoid plaque in their system for sometimes go to 20 years, 30 years, still right there. Mucoid plaque comes from a very hard colon that mucus build up on the lining of your colon, and it's thick right there. All the fecal matter just pass through. You take colon cleanse, you go to the bathroom very well, but that stuff stays right there. How to clean now? God willing, we might be looking at that when we start doing the practical things. But taking the herb that will lose and fasting for at least a month will be the best way to go. You can use herb like senna pod or cascara sagrada, and the most will be the tincture from cascara sagrada. Is 10 times potent, even more. Okay, using things like mandrake, using things like slippery herbs, psyllium husk. There are many things you can use. But the main thing is that they must have a way when you are not eating solid food during that time. That's the only way to lose. This is a very sticky. It's a very sticky and dark. Go on YouTube, you will see it for yourself. Some people do the mucoid plaque removal or mucoid plaque detox or cleanse. It's a sticky, very black, dark blood that we have in our colon sitting there. So there are many people becoming much conscious about these things. So your colon is alive, and the colon moves by itself with all of this peristal movement. Your colon have electric system. It's like your brain. It moves, it functions. It's electrical. It's the nerves. When these nerves start going slow, it's not moving right, you're in trouble. Okay? And it can be easily fixed. So cascara sagrada is not just to make you go to battle. It's definitely repair these things. I'll give an example of, there was Dr. Schulz, Dr. Richard Schulz. They did an experimentation when they were saying that they kill the animal, freshly kill, and then they inject cascara sagrada in the colon of the animal. And the colon start moving. The colon of the dead animal start moving. So it's very, very electrical, your colon. It was Dr. Sebi treating somebody who have a serious brain problem, losing the brain completely like a fool. He did all, make the person take all the herb for the brain, everything he used to do for other patients, nothing was working. And finally, he made a tincture of cascara sagrada and gave it to the patient. When the patient went to the bathroom, even things that have been there for more than 10 years come out. He has some seed, some old seed with mold come out of into the bathroom. We have a lot of nasty things sitting up in our colon. You have a moldy grain, moldy seed in your colon for more than 10, 15 years. And this thing keep poisoning your system over and over and over. Now, when you go to the hospital, what are they going to give you? You're going to treat the symptoms. They're not going to dig deep down to see that you have some level of blockage. Something's not right in your system. It has to be cleansed out. So when we are preventing disease, we usually might be taking this myself almost every week. Not every week, at least 2 or 3 times I clean out. You have to do it. If you eat 3 times a day, you have to go to the bathroom 3 times. If you don't, anything you eat that you don't eliminate, you accumulate. And the accumulation is going to create a blockage, constipation. So what I will recommend here is this. For your colon, you have to see what causes colon constipation, what destroys colon health. Number 1 is this, when you start destroying the microbiome, we start destroying the healthy bacteria in your gut. They start having problems from. Where does it come from? It comes from the GMO food, this pesticide, this insecticide, all of these chemicals we are taking in. That's why you're having trouble from. Number 6, stress. Stress is a big killer of your digestive system. It's a big trouble. Number 3 is the lack of drinking water properly. When you wake up in the morning, drink enough water as much as you can. And it will be better to sit down before you drink. Because when you sit down, the position of your body allows you to use that water faster and better. There was some Indian doctor who was explaining these things. So sitting down before you drink water in the morning is extremely healthy for the body. Number 4, or the next thing is avoid eating dead food as much as you can. What do I call dead food? Dead food is a food that do not have enzyme or enough enzyme. Cooked food in general. Normally, we are not conceived, our body is not made to cook anything, to eat cooked food, sorry. Therefore, when God created Adam and Eve, He did not give them any fire. Because He knew He made the body, the digestive system do not need any food at all. They don't need any cooked food, sorry. Now, first question I will ask here, do you ever see any animal that cook his food before you eat it? No. The animals do not cook their food before they eat it. That's why you'll be so surprised that the wild animals are way healthier than the animal we keep or grow and feed them with what we want, with all this cooked stuff. We are not made to be eating cooked, but we end up in this tragedy and believe that it has to be cooked enough to be good to eat. The planet has been degenerating. Most of the fruit and vegetable and nuts that was free and abundant, most are destroyed with the flood, and the food supply become a big challenge. And the permission to eat meat was temporarily given by God. I say temporarily given, not always. But unfortunately, we get so used to it that we don't want to get away with it. So you want to avoid constipation of your colon. Eat food full of enzymes. Sprouts, salad, juice, it must be part of your diet. I don't recommend for everybody to do 100% raw because not everybody can be able to handle that, especially from the beginning. You can educate yourself slowly to that level. Then don't start with 100% raw. It's not healthy. Educate in transitioning. You can go from 100% cooked to 75 cooked, 25 raw. And you move to 50-50. If it's possible, you move to 75 raw, 25 cooked. Until if you can reach 85 raw, 15 cooked, that should be good enough. And if you're in a condition that allows you to go 100%, why not? But just make it to be very progressive. Don't be drastic, it can make you sick. It can make you seriously sick. There's a sister in the church. She watched some program on, how you call it? Prophecy again with Pastor Enrique's channel, and they present things on this raw thing, this, and she chose to change the diet drastically. I said, don't do that, you're going to be sick. She don't believe me. In a couple of months, she have a severe stomach problem. I'm talking about something happened 3 years ago, and she cannot be free from it. Hospitalized several times. Now she's always sick because she just jumped on something she don't know, she don't understand. So this health change, we have to be very, very wise. Otherwise, we can hurt ourselves and we become the preacher against these things. I highly recommend wisdom and transition. Be very patient and be educated to know what you're doing. Otherwise, it will definitely hurt you. So avoiding constipation by the morning, drink water first. After that, wait for good hours Go like 30 to 1 hour before you take breakfast. The water you want to drink in the morning, you can add lemon to it. You can make the water much warm because in the morning your stomach is very warm. As usual anyway, it's never been cold. So you drink the water or lemon water, and it's recommended that your first meal should not be that cooked. It's better for the first meal to be much natural possible, much healthier possible, and enough for the body. Usually people take cereal in the morning. That's a big mistake. Like seriously very bad. Cereal are mucus forming, especially this is the man-made cereal is not healthy. No, that's not that much. But we have been educated to believe, and they put a lot of things and believing and make us believe that so rich in this and that. No, this is for advertisement to make everybody buy it. Eat right. Eat right. Very important. The next thing is try to drink water at least 1 hour before your meal. 1 hour to 30 minutes before your meal. Because to digest, your body going to need water, going to need fluid to push digestion things properly. If you don't drink 30 minutes before or an hour before, guess what? You're going to feel very thirsty during your meal. And when you drink during your meal, you are diureting the hydrochloric acid of the stomach. You can't break down protein properly. If you don't break it down properly, and if your small intestine is not healthy enough, and you absorb this thing in your system, protein becomes toxic. We should never ever find just a protein like that in the system from digestion. Protein has to be broken down to amino acids. Otherwise, it becomes toxic. If you go to the hospital, they are running your test, you're going to see that they test your protein level in the blood and urine, because it's a great indication that you are being seriously in the stage of auto-inflammation. Same thing with gluten. Nothing wrong with gluten. Gluten is a long chain of protein. It has to be broken down to amino acids. So when you have a leaky gut, that long chain of gluten goes straight through your whole system, is not broken down, and then your gut is not filtering right. It lets this long chain path get into your bloodstream. When your defense system, okay, your immune system look at it, was like, wait a minute, where did this one come from? They start attacking the gluten as it was a bacteria, because it's a strange being in the system. And this thing creates autoimmune disease because the body starts attacking itself. So we have to learn how to prevent constipation. Eat food rich in enzymes. Drink water at least 30 minutes before your meal. Drink water early in the morning with lemon if it's possible. Exercise, very important. Doing digestive work, extremely important. Move your colon. The belt, especially for man, you should not be wearing tight belt. It's not good for your colon and for your kidney at all, even for your prostate. No. If you have to wear a belt, it has to be very loose. Your pants should not be very tight. No, it has to be loose enough. Okay? So some people put on pen holder, all of this is fine. It's good. Belt is way better. So dress reform play a lot in the way your colon functions. Some people will put the belt and tie it so much that they can't breathe. It's a very dangerous thing. Really dangerous. Many things we have in our habit today is dangerous. Very dangerous. Many sciatic problem now is caused by what? People put in big wallet in the back of the pocket, back pocket. And you don't know. People are hurting so bad because you take this fat wallet, put it in your back pocket, and you're always sitting down on that. It creates a serious movement and a pressure on your sciatic nerve. And you are going to have a serious trouble later on. Some people have a lot of problems like that. I tell them, how do you keep your wallet in the bag? I say, okay, just remove it. Don't put it there anymore. and I give you a couple of weeks to tell me what happened. And they completely recover just by not doing it anymore. So we have a lot of pressure we put in the body part at creating unnecessary blockage. Again, constipation. Now, after doing all of this prevention, doing right, eating right, eat a food that helps to digest much more, food rich in enzymes, sprout, juice, all of that. If you end up being constipated, then you're going to use herbs. You're going to use herbs like Cascara Sagrada, senna, mandrake. Sometimes I give people garlic. You can blend garlic with blueberry. You take it, you're going to go to the bathroom very well. If some case is not very severe, I use sesame sprout and a little bit of garlic again. It works well. Because sometimes it's caused by some infection. So you got to put down there some antibiotic, natural possible. I don't recommend garlic too much unless you need it temporarily because garlic is very acidic. It's not that healthy like you think. But it can be used as a medicine temporarily, but not like a food every day. Okay? Because garlic, the pH of garlic is very strong. Garlic is very, very strong. It can destroy. It can do damage. At the same time, it can save lives. Somebody have very bad high blood pressure. Garlic can help you big time. So colon, and you can go on and learn much more about colon. Number 2 is your liver. Liver is your fat manager. Liver is responsible for digesting your fat and storing the leftover of your sugar converted into fat. And I don't want to go on that road there. Let's just talk about the congestion of your liver. And sometimes it leads to the fatty liver. Now, when the liver is managing your fat and the liver is not working right, guess what? The fat around your cell increase. And it's a doctor, his name is Dr. Pearson. Dr. Pearson explained how he helped many diabetic patients by cleaning very well their liver and regenerate the liver. And there was a miraculous healing. So everybody focus on the pancreas to fix diabetes problem, but it's not only the pancreas problem, because you also need to make your liver very healthy. You need to make your liver healthy to handle these things. Your adrenal gland work big time with your pancreas to manage a sugar level in your system. Your liver. How to avoid liver constipation? Avoid the trans fat. What is trans fat? The trans fat are saturated fat. For example, canola oil. Canola oil is not healthy at all, and it's generic. Canola is GMO. Nobody should be using canola. And many Adventists, being vegan, using a lot of canola oil, it will kill you. I promise you that. Soy oil. That's one of the most dangerous oil anybody can take. Corn oil. Deadly. But the market is flooded of this oil. That's why you have more cardiovascular disease, because we are giving too much omega-6 oil to the people. You have a lot of good oil, olive oil. But personally, with the rancid oil, I do not recommend too much olive, but if somebody can find a safe olive oil, use it. For my little knowledge, the most balanced oil is coconut oil. And the chemical structure of coconut oil is different from any other oil, completely different. And I try it. I put coconut oil on some extract I made that was very sticky. I mean, seriously sticky. I put a drop of coconut oil on another oil, coconut oil dissolved the other oil. I was like, wow. And I ended up doing some research on that to find out what happened. Because the structure of coconut oil dissolves other oil, just like that. So when you have people on weight loss program, they'll take the coconut oil. They were like, what? Coconut oil on the weight loss? I say, yep, it will work. And definitely works. So avoid omega-6 oil. For example, sesame oil is rich in omega-6. But it's not that bad. You can sprout it, then you change the chemistry of it. Okay? Yeah, somebody have some kind of disease like fibromyalgia, stuff like that, that are already inflammatory problem. If you want to use sesame seed, use it with chia seed, because chia seed is very rich in omega-3. So in oil, you need to balance omega-9, omega-6, and omega-3. They need to be balanced very well. But the most toxic is omega-6. Okay, it creates too much inflammation in your system. So you got to know what kind of oil have too much omega-6, and as the more you can lessen, even avoid them, that will be very great. The saturated fat, please don't go around. Don't go there. So this corn oil, omega oil, canola oil, soy oil, these are omega-6, very high omega-6, and it's very bad. The worst is animal fat. Animal fat. So when it comes to fat, I would like to talk a little bit about cholesterol. Cholesterol is just a big scam. It's a scam. It's a conspiracy. Some of the doctors finally spoke against it. The second well-sold drug until last year, for my knowledge, is a certain drug. This cholesterol management or drugs. Why? They are the one who put there the information about cholesterol. They are the one who put there the indication that you have high cholesterol. So they can diagnose many people to have high cholesterol just to put you on a cholesterol medication. It's not true. Cholesterol never kills anybody. None. Highest is your cholesterol level, healthier you get. And I repeat that again. Highest is your cholesterol level, healthier you are. I learned this from Dr. Waller, and he explained that and proved it to be right. And I learned it from other doctors who end up proving the same thing. Why? Your brain is made of cholesterol. Your nerve, the myelin sheet around your axon is highly made of cholesterol. You cannot make a good hormone without cholesterol. Cholesterol is the raw material your body uses to make most of the things your body needs. Your cell membrane is 50% cholesterol. If you start lowering cholesterol, you're going to lose your brain. If you are a man, you are going to become impotent. Nobody should be taking any drug against cholesterol. It's a big mess. I'm sorry, but that's the fact. But these people are paid to make a research to prove how cholesterol is bad. It's not true. What is dangerous is this. It's having acidic body, acidic lymph fluid. I'm going to give an example. Let's say your blood is a little bit acidic, or your lymph is acidic. Okay, your blood, you need to know blood is way different than the lymph. So when your system, your blood is acidic, it cannot be less than 6.4, because under 6.4 you're dead. So it's a bad language to be saying acidic blood. The blood cannot get that much acidic. But your lymph is the backup of your blood. It can be much acidic as possible. That's okay. Now, look at this. When the acidic blood is flowing, the acid is eating up the wall of your vessel, your arteries. It's like a scratch, and it's scratching. So the body is going to send cholesterol to patch or repair all of this scratch that the acid creates in the wall. So more acidic blood you have, more patch needed. and more deposits it becomes. And this cholesterol becomes built up in your arteries. The problem is not the cholesterol. The problem is acidic food and very bad fat-based diet. The problem is not cholesterol, I keep saying it. This is something I would recommend everyone go research on it. Because it's a conspiracy just for the market. Please do not go with another idea without researching this for yourself. You have to look at it yourself. Because the general belief is, oh, my cholesterol is high, I am in danger, I'm in a problem. It's not true, it's a lie. You are not. Now, how to manage your cholesterol? This is the bad cholesterol and the good cholesterol. Boom. Just try to have high good cholesterol. It's from avocado, some good nuts, stuff like that. It helps you have a very high level of good cholesterol. Okay? So anything that has to do with fat, your liver is responsible for that. Okay, your liver have in there the gallbladder that help you store this bile that's going to be, given to break down the fat from your diet during your digestion. Now, what do we use for liver detox or liver cleanse? Some people use olive oil and lemon juice, and sometimes they add olive oil, lemon juice, and garlic. It helps. For sure it helps. But I will definitely use more herbs. The herb like stinging nettle, black nettle, stinging nettle, black nettle, milk thistles. The thistle have about 6 or 7 family of thistles. They call it bull thistle, black thistle, male thistle. All these thistles are okay for the liver. You have produce, it's a very good herb for liver. Most of the food that help for your liver, you have asparagus, good for liver. You have dandelion, really good for liver. It's one of the best friend of liver. Okay? Cilantro, parsley, onion, your liver like them a lot. So in prevention, avoid omega-6 oils. Avoid the congestion in your liver. Eat a balanced fat diet. Don't scare about, oh, I can't eat fat. Eat fat. They eat good fat. The good fat avocado, or avocado itself, coconut oil, hemp oil is one of the best. Hemp oil. What else? Black seed oil, but that's a medicine though. It's more than oil, it's a real medicine. Sesame seed oil is good. It's good, but don't take too much of that by itself. It's always good to add it to something that have a lot of omega-3. So learn the balance of omega-9, 6, and 3 and see how you balance them. Okay? The liver. Avoid eating late. It's not good for your liver. Very, very bad. Coffee. Drinking coffee, bad for your liver. Alcohol, bad for your liver. People don't want to drink alcohol, but guess what? They eat a lot of rice, and your body makes too much alcohol from that. So high carbohydrate diet is not good for your liver at all. At all. So learn about your liver, how to keep a healthy liver. The next is your kidney. Kidney is a filter. So if you want a healthy filter, you don't want your filter to be clogged up, don't run garbage through the filter. Then you have a clean system. And the best way to keep your kidney healthy is have lymph fluid, healthy lymph fluid. Avoid chemicals in your food. Too much of these GMO things, heavily pesticide, herbicide, all of this stuff. As much we can avoid them, let's try it. Carbohydrate, too much rice, too much pasta, these are very heavy on your liver. You want to try it? I challenge you to try something. Eat a lot of cereal in the morning, and then for your lunch, eat a lot of rice, and then when you're going to pee in any container you can see. Your pee is going to be very blurry, it's not clear. You can see literally that it's not a normal pee you have. It's filled with a lot of power particles, like if you put a little bit of powder in the water, that's how it looks like. And you will be so surprised at how much of work your kidney needs to do to manage so much of this bad carb we are using. So when you have a carb that is complete carb and full of fiber, you won't have this. But the refined flour will do that to you. This is a very important point, please. Pay attention to it. If you add whole grain full of fiber, you won't have the same thing. But if you buy refined flour and you come and you make all of this, you're getting all of these things, your kidney have a lot of trouble to be filtering these things. Too much on it. Kidney health is important. So what do we use for kidney? To help kidney, you use herb like stonebreaker. That's for kidney stone. We use herb as sapo. It's a Spanish herb. Very, very good to repair kidney. You're going to be using diuretic herb. And iodine is one of the good things. Why? Because the sweat system is under the control of your thyroid. And your thyroid works with your adrenal gland and with your kidney to properly manage your waste system, because uric acid is another problem also when you are in a kidney problem. The herb like stinging nettle roots, especially good for that. You have hydrangea. That helps to dissolve the calcification in your kidney. Hops. Hops is a very good herb. It's a juniper. Very good herb also. We have a cleaver. Really good for your liver, for your kidney, sorry. The same herb is good also for your lymphatic fluid. So for the kidney health, eat diuretic food. Like juice, if you want to juice things like cilantro, parsley, onion, these are very diuretic. And celery stalk, you juice this stuff. Oh, you will pee in a way that you're like, wow. Okay? Constantly avoiding calcification. And one of the best herbs for calcificating the body is the prodigiosa and hydrangea. They easily dissolve calcium, the calcification of anything in your body. Okay? Now, one of the most diuretic is bladderwrack. Bladderwrack helps your kidney better than any herb I know. So when somebody having a kidney problem, put them on Galarac capsule. Give them the herb you have to take, and take diuretic food and juice, and start building up the cell. Anytime you need to build any organ in your body, you're going to need good amino acid. That is the block, the building block you need to build organs. Okay, amino acid, not protein. Amino acid. You need good minerals, and you need good carbs, because the structure of your DNA is amino acid, mineral, and carbohydrate. Is what you need to build a very good DNA strand. After the kidney, we look at the skin. The skin is one of the last organs we look at or pay attention to. It is the largest. We breathe through our skin. We sweat toxins out. Skin is, we have to pay attention to skin health. And the best way to take care of your skin is building a good fat, good cholesterol under your skin. It is your insulation, not only against the cold, but also against most of the virus, most of the bacteria, any attack from outside. The skin is your protection. At the same time, the skin can accumulate a lot of toxins. A lot of toxins. So we need to learn how to detox your skin. You want to detox skin, take niacin in a high dose, and then exercise a little bit. You're going to give you a hot flash, and then get into the sauna. You will sweat like a pig and sweat toxin out of your body very fast. Okay? So really well. If you don't have a sauna, do the same thing and then do the steam bath as you can. Or Russian bath. People use peppermint for sweating, but there are things I use very rarely because peppermint is GMO. I'm sorry. It's a hybrid plant. But if you don't have no other way, you can use that temporary and then let it go. Okay? Your skin. Skin brush. Brushing the skin is very important. You go in the store, Whole Foods store, look for skin brush. And when you brush toward your heart, because our skin have the nerve, the ending of the nerve. So when you are brushing, you are stimulating this nerve. It helps you to really heal your skin. That's why when we're doing a wet sheet pie, we made the patient brush the skin first. It opens up the pores, it stimulates the skin so the skin can work. Okay? Your skin is very, very, very important. Eat a good fat. If you don't have a good fat under your skin, you cannot make enough vitamin D3. Like right now is the sun time. Sometimes people go take a sun, and then they just come out of the sun and run to the shower. No, you're losing everything. It takes about 2 hours for the body to make the vitamin D that your body needed. So when you take the sun, you go to the beach, you take sun, wait at least 2 hours before you go and jump in the sea or go take a shower. You need at least 2 hours after taking the sun bath. Very important. Your skin, get a shower, and if it's possible, do hot and cold. You do 3 minutes hot, 1 minute cold. Do that 7 times. It helps a lot for your skin to detox this thing. Exercise, very good for the skin to do this. We're going to see that much more with the lymph cleanse. The next one is your lung. Your lung is your best friend because you can go a whole day without food, even without water, but you can't go without breathing. And your master organ in your respiratory system is your lung. Unfortunately, the lung can be clogged up with mucus. You can have a virus, you can have an infection in the lung. Many things can happen to the lung. It's a very spongy organ. Now, I will give here one of the good things for your lung is omega-3. For example, you have somebody have asthma. You need omega-3 to open up the bronchi because omega-3, especially omega-3 from the primrose, quickly open your bronchi. If somebody having asthma attack right now, give him some primrose oil. The next minute you're going to be fine. Why? It dilates the bronchi and open up, and then the air can go through. Makers in your lung, make a lung tonic. Make a lung tonic using how you call this again? Horseradish. Take 1 or 2 ounces of horseradish, the whole cup of organic garlic, and you take ginger juice, lemon juice. Let's say 10 ounces of lemon juice, 10 ounces of ginger juice, whole cup of garlic. Don't buy peel garlic from the store. No, that's a waste. Buy your own garlic and peel it. Okay, 10 ounces of lemon juice, 10 ounces ginger juice, 1 big cup, a cup of maybe 10 ounces of cup. The cup of garlic. Add it to all of this in a blender. Now add ½ ounce of oregano oil, ½ ounce of eucalyptus oil, ½ ounce of lavender oil. And you run it in the machine for maybe in a minute, and put it in a jar and put it in the fridge. And you take 1 ounce every hour, at least 7 times a day. That's for somebody who have like lung cancer or severe lung infection. One of the things for your lung is vitamin C. Vitamin C. There was a farmer, dairy farmer, having swine flu. His whole lung was filled with water, and it was so congested that he can't do anything. They end up putting him on a life support machine. The hospital did everything they can do. Nothing was working until somebody suggests vitamin C. And they try it, it works, and they increase the dosage until the person completely recovers from that. So vitamin C is one of the best to clean up your lung and your digestive system. You will be surprised. If you go in the store right now, you buy any medicine for cough or flu, whatever, they put the high dose of vitamin C into it. Because vitamin C is there to dissolve mucus, to open up things and clear up stuff. So very important. If you want to do anything with your lungs, anything with your respiratory therapy, you need vitamin C big time. Big time. Now, some herbs for lung, I will suggest a few of them because the juice is good. Melon. Melon is very good for your respiratory therapy. Okay, lavender is good for breathing. The list is long. You can check it out. Many herbs for your lungs. The next is your blood. The blood, you have to have a healthy blood. And maintain your blood is how much iron you have in your red blood cells, especially in your hemoglobin molecule. Without iron, you cannot function because iron is the carrier of the oxygen. So if you see somebody is low in iron, you are going to be shortness of breath, you are going to be weak, you are going to lack energy. Because iron is number 1 to carry oxygen through your whole body. Where do you get iron? Get elderberry. Very good in iron. Black thistle, guinea weed, amaranth, kale, dandelions, sea moss, blue vervain, bogleweed, sarsaparilla. There are many herbs rich in iron, many of them, but these are concentrated in iron. Even stinging nettle rich in iron. So you want to make iron tonic, for example. You take stinging nettle, you take black thistle, you take elderberry, you take guinea hen weed. You can add burdock and a yellow dock, even dandelion, all are the roots, okay, if it's possible. And you can soak it in distilled water in the evening. So you soak it in the water, distilled water, let it overnight. And then in the morning you boil it. They put it on very slow fire. And it can boil for hours. It's going to give you a very strong iron tonic. Okay? You can try to add a little bit of vegetable glycerin to it. Vegetable glycerin. And you can preserve it. Or you can find some good grain alcohol. Add little bit of to it. And you're good. You can make a difference to it. People who use black some molasses, it's good, but it's not that strong like if you use the herb one. Okay. Iron will bind you. I talked about it last time. If this iron is from the store. This synthetic iron, inorganic iron is dangerous. It will mess up your kidney, really hurt you so bad. But this plant-based iron, it will never hurt you. Look at the animal in the bush. They're eating these plants full of iron every day. They're fine. They're living way better. So highest iron you have, high oxygen you have, high life you have. So people don't look at oxygen as a food. Your number one food, number one supplement, number one nutrient in your body is oxygen. And I'm recommending oxygen supplement to the patient now. Buy oxygen supplement, a pure oxygen, and take it. Okay, oxygen capsule is very important, especially for cancer patients. So if you're giving a high level of iron, and if it's also taking a high level of oxygen, you can do something really, really good. So people call this oxygen therapy. They call it ozone therapy and all that stuff. But check the quality. But this ozone therapy can be effective only if you have enough good iron. Your blood is made of the platelets, the red blood cells, and the white blood cell, and many others. But the main thing I would like to recommend about blood here, if you keep your iron level high, your blood will be fine. Now, your white blood cells are made much more in the lymph node. So if you have a healthy lymph node, if a healthy lymphatic fluid, you can easily supply for that. So, what makes your blood acidic, if you can say so? Number one is stress. Number two is lack of sleep. You will notice sometimes that, not all the time, you don't sleep well, you wake up very stressed out, very sluggish, very tired. Because at night, your body is supposed to repair your body. Okay? In the night, your body is supposed to repair everything that was not right. The lactic acid accumulates in your body. All of that needs to be cleaned out in the night when you are resting. In the night, your brain chemistry change. You secrete all the hormones, melatonin, all of these things. So it's important for us to understand how much this impact our blood. The next is acidic food. These cereals, bread, pasta, nope. give you very congested blood. I mean very congested blood. The next thing is you have a lot of virus and bacteria in your blood. You need to be killing them sometime with good oregano oil and oxygenation. Because most of these bacteria in our blood system, they are anaerobic. They grow fast in the lack of oxygen. So when you send them a lot of oxygen, they die off quick. Your blood health. You gotta keep your blood thinner. Because if the blood is not thin enough, it can't circulate. And if you're not circulating well, it becomes stagnant. And that is a big trouble. You don't have enough blood circulation, you can have a serious issue with gout, all of this. And yes, the major cause of this is lymph. So I want us to relate the lymph and the blood when it comes to the function. Why? The lymph fluid is always, the lymphatic system is always cleansing your blood. It's the backup mechanism to protect your blood. So you want to talk about the health of your blood, check the lymph fluid quickly. So what do we do for blood tonic? Sarsaparilla is at the head of it for the blood. Stinging nettle again. Guinea hen weed again. A herb called arnica. Very good. Arnica is so good in regenerating organs. It's one of the best herbs we should be taking even daily if we can. Why not if we should? Like we should be taking it. Like no matter what, we have to be taking arnica. Because it's so important to regenerate cells very fast. Herb for the blood. Chaparral helps to cleanse your blood very well. Black thistle, bulldog root, blue vervain, sage, rhubarb roots. Now, drinking enough water is very important for the health of your blood. Why? It helps you keep your blood fluid fairly thin. So you have some blood thinner like ginger juice. Ginger juice will thin your blood than garlic. Garlic is a blood thinner, but ginger is way blood thinner than garlic. And I highly recommend to the woman, if you are in the time of your period, don't take blood thinners. Unless you do not have normal period. So with a bloody, with a very sticky, black, this thing, then you need to dig it out. But if it's normal, don't take blood thinner during your period. It will make you bleed too much. Sometimes it can even send you to emergency room. So, but for a healthy person and you're in a normal time, take blood thinner. May I put a piece of ginger always in my smoothie? Because at the same time, it gives you a lot of good enzyme. Give you good enzyme. Blood thinners are really, really needed. So what makes our blood sticky is acidosis. Anywhere you have acid, things start getting sticky. Sticky. So get the blood always flowing right. Take blood thinners healthy as possible. High level of iron for oxygenation. Have good minerals. Have the lymphatic system making good white blood cells, all of these things. Have healthy bone marrow to be making the red blood cells. So it's understanding how this thing works. The main thing I recommend for all of these 8 channels of elimination, avoiding clogging them. learn what clog them and what you can avoid, how to cleanse it, how to maintain it for all the 8 channels. The next is the big brother that I call the Lymph. The Lymph. 99% of your health depends on your Lymph. All our cells in our body, they bathe. I say I am using street language. Okay, this is not scientific language. All your blood, your cells bathe, they poop, they pee, they do everything in your Lymph. So if that Lymph is dirty, you are in trouble, big trouble. Therefore, the cells start breaking down. The cell membrane infected, inflammation left and right. When people have like any part of your body swelling, you have a lot of congestion there. When people have a feet, swelling feet, it's because your lymph fluid is swelling. Your lymph fluid is congested, sorry. Your lymph is your sewer system of your whole body. It's the bathroom of your body. Now, in your small intestine, you have what we call lymph capillaries. And then you have blood capillaries. So when you eat food right now, when the food finishes to digest, you know that in digestion you have the lower part of your digestive tract. That's where you have absorption from. The higher part is where you have digestion itself. So in the lower part you have the small intestine and colon stuff like that. So when you are having absorption in your small intestine, your lymph capillaries will absorb much more the fat-soluble nutrients. Okay? Because the lymph is on charge of that, to take the fatty stuff. Now, if the fat you eat is omega-6 fat, that is a very, very inflammatory, you are in a big trouble. You're going to make your lymph very, very sluggish. Can't be moving right. The lymph is your number one healer. In your lymph node, our body have about 600 lymph nodes. And they are much concentrated at our neck, our armpit, and most in our private part. Therefore, you have more of the lymph node. And this lymph node will collect toxin and pull it out when we sweat. In the lymph node also your defense system is made. The lymph is your healing fluid. If you cut yourself right now, the blood will come out. After the blood, you have some yellowish, very yellowish liquid that come out. That's the lymph. And the lymph come there bringing all the nutrients, mineral, amino acids, everything you need to heal the wound. There are many cuts you have in your life. You never put any medicine on it, they heal by itself. Why? Because the lymph bring all they need to heal. So lymph, it is everything you need, like really. It's your bathroom, it's this, it makes a large part of your immune system. It's a big deal about the lymph. I wish I can spend a whole hour only teaching on lymph. So the video I sent you guys with Dr. Robert Moss, he gave you a very good teaching on the lymph. Very good on lymph. So if you have 1 gallon of blood in your body, you have more than 3 gallons of lymph fluid. So lymph is the largest fluid you have in your body. So how come we can we can cleanse the blood, cleanse everything, we're not cleansing the lymph? The very largest fluid and the tube system. Every cell poop and pee, do everything in the lymph. So in any detox, in any cleanse of the body, we must start with lymph. I can say that cleansing the lymph is even more important than cleansing colon or anything. I don't say don't do colon cleanse, but when I want to put it in like by order of importance, lymph is number one to be cleansed. The instant you cleanse your lymph, your kidney is relieved automatically. Now, the biggest challenge about lymph is you have your lungs and your heart pumping your blood, but almost you don't have nothing pumping your lymph fluid. So how do we move our lymph fluid? By exercise. That's why it's important to exercise every single day. When we say exercise, not necessarily go around in a gym. When you're walking around, it's moving your lymph. We are like a water bucket, okay? We are about 80% of fluid. And that fluid, the larger part of that fluid is the lymph fluid. It's a lymph fluid. So we are moving as a bucket, like a fluid container. Now, and we have the pipe. This pipe is the lymphatic system, blood system, your vein and your arteries, all of these things. And then we have another pipe, our nerve pipe. We are very wide. We are made of wires and pipe and these things to vehiculate these, these fluid. So to cleanse your lymph, you have to sweat. So you want to cleanse the lymph, number one, clean out the colon. Number two, take something diuretic. Number three, get a sweat and get a sun. So I'm going to give some of the herbs for the lymph. Number one is cleaver. Cleaver is the best for the lymph. It is so good. For the alcohol, cleanse your lymph. There's a herb called Heal All or Self-Heal for your lymph. Ginger root, very good for your lymph. Stinging nettle again. You will see stinging nettle almost in every medicine. Stinging nettle again. Yellow dove again. Lavender. Miltesol. Shepherd purse. People use golden seal, but it's a herb that I use very rarely. But if you really have to use it, you can use it. Sarsaparilla, guinea hen weed, valerian, linden, sage, rhubarb root, cascara sagrada, elderberry, chaparral. I almost forgot that one. Chaparral is the beast. Beside the cleaver, chaparral is one of the best herbs for the lymph. And when anybody have a lymphoma, give them high dose of chaparral. You can buy chaparral and pour it, powder that and encapsulate it for him, for the person. It's so bitter that it's better to put in capsule. Chaparral, very, very good for your lymphatic system. So when you are fixing this, you need minerals. Without that, you cannot build a good immune system. Mineral and vitamins, of course, are part of it. Now, lemon juice. Lemon juice is one of the best to move your lymph. How do you do it? The first day you take 1 lemon, pure. Second day 2, until 30. So for the whole month you increase in 1 by 1, and then you decrease later on. It will move your lymph. You will change, your skin will change so well. The berries, they move your lymph so good. Raspberries, blueberries, they are good for your lymph. Cherries are also good. You need less green for the lymph. I don't say don't use green, but you need less green when you want to detox lymph. You can still use green, like cilantro, very good for your lymph. Parsley for lymph. Avocado is good for lymph because lymph is, with the lymph capillary, help to absorb the fat, so you still need that. Okay. Exercise and sweating. If you're not able to exercise, get in a sauna or do steam bath, you have to move the lymph by moving, by sweating, and by feeding the lymph with a good food, with a good fluid, vitamin C, berries, good herbs, and then they call something called lymphatic drainage massage. So then you're going to massage your lymph nodes. Okay, there's a way to do it. So you can watch a lot of videos on lymphatic drainage massage. Okay, learn that for yourself. The next is cell membrane. Cell membrane. Cell membrane needs to be repaired. And there are many doctors now start developing a lot of things about repairing the cell membrane. Now, to repair the cell membrane, we need to know the constitution of cell membrane. It is the most active part of your body, your cell membrane. Very, very active. Doing all of this exchange. They have sodium-potassium pump. They have these receptors. They have a protein. They have this. It is so complex, the cell membrane. I might be sending some video especially for cell membrane. So all the cell membrane is by by 2 major components: protein and cholesterol. Protein and cholesterol are the major constituents of your cell membrane. So you gotta eat good protein, have a good amino acids. So the body gonna use it to build a healthy cell membrane. Cholesterol, get it from good cholesterol source. Avocado, coconut oil. If you wanna make your own good cholesterol source, blend avocado with coconut oil and add some good minerals to it, a little bit of sea moss, all of that's fine. Okay. The nuts, they give you good cholesterol. Cell membrane, the main thing, avoid acidosis of your lymph fluid. Because remember the cell bathe. They do everything in your lymph fluid. Now there's something called interstitial fluid, but it's when you are doing the anatomy and physiology of these things that you will be learning these things. So today is not really scientific teaching, it's just that we have understanding of the 8 channel of elimination. We have just a basic way to avoid the congestion of this 8 channel that I call blockage or constipation of the 8 channel. Avoid it, and if you find yourself in a situation, clean it up. Use this herb, good food, resting. All the 8 law help for sure. Okay? So we are coming to the end of the 8 channel of elimination today. And this class is designed to have a homework on it. So you're going to find for each channel of elimination, find 10 causes. 10 causes. For example, if I take colon, I need to find 10 causes of colon disease and colon congestion and colon constipation. Number 1, eating food that are very poor in fiber. That's a cause of colon disease and colon constipation. Number 2, not drinking enough water when you wake up and not drinking enough water during the day. It's not good for your colon. Not going to the bathroom on time. For example, if I have to go to the bathroom 6 o'clock in the morning, but because you run into work, you don't have a chance to go. When you reach work, you got caught up in a meeting, and finally you go into the bathroom 11 o'clock or 12. From 6 to 11, that's 5 hours. You are reabsorbing all this fecal matter stuff. And when you go in the bathroom at that time now, it's very hard to come out. So this bad habit is making you sick. Learn to go to the bathroom on a regular time. Very important. Okay? So the cause of colon problem, poor fiber, not going to the bathroom on time, not drinking enough water, not exercising, not having digestive work, not eating very good food. If you're eating too much of flour, this refined flour, you cannot have a healthy colon. So you gotta list for me 10 causes of colon disease. That's number 1. The next is 10 colon disease. There are many colon diseases like colon cancer, irritable bowel syndrome, EBS, and list 10 diseases. Now you are going to look at 10 solutions, 10 ways to fix this thing, the colon problem. And the other one is 10 diets. Like when you have the problem, what is the diet the person can have? Put down there at least 10 menu. Okay? So that's what you're going to do for each channel. 10 cause, 10 disease, 10 diet plan, and 10 remedies. You do that for each channel so that you master this in very well, because this is what everyone needs to know. So we come to the end for today's class. Anybody have any question, we can take it. If I ask you, for example, give me 1 or 2 diseases linked to your lymphatic fluid or lymphatic system. Number 1 is edema. Edema is the congestion of the lymphatic fluid at the level of your foot. This is edema, gout. You can have lymphedema. You can have a lymphoma, the cancer of the lymphatic system, Any question? So I'm going to ask a question.
For all who want to ask questions.
All right, maybe people don't have a question. Anyway, if you have a question later, you can still text us the question on Facebook, WhatsApp group, and or you can send me the question straight to my phone, 347-984-3402, or you can call me, 347-984-3402. So if you don't have no question now, we will have to pray to close. You can still ask.
I open the line for all those who want to ask questions. So if you have a question, you can go ahead. I open the line for everyone.
All right, apparently there's no question, but yeah, they can still send a question later through my phone or do the group line, the group messaging. So now we're going to pray to close. Divine Father, we want to thank you for this time. Make us wise to know that this body does not belong to us. We have been created, and much more have been redeemed in a very high price. That we should not be just using our body as our own properties. Make us wise to prevent disease and avoid unnecessary pain, avoid unnecessary suffering, unnecessary expenses for health on this column to the very critical level. Help us, Lord, to take it very seriously, to trust your ways and your provision for health, than trusting this world and certain ways of health. Bless you, everybody on the line. Anything I missed to explain, please guide them, lead them. There are many information, good information out there in the books and DVDs and videos people can still learn. Help us to make it our decision to know that ignorance on a health matter is a sin as a violation of the Ten Commandments. Make us very wise to daily, the same way we do devotion about spiritual things, also learn about health. Please, I'm asking special blessing for everyone on the line, that we learn how to prevent cancer, how to prevent disease, that we do not allow ourselves and our family to go through so much trauma when we're going to be diagnosed of being cancerous. So help us, Lord. Make us wise in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. So we are at the end of today's session, and may God bless you and keep you. Our numbers are available, our email are available. Text us, email us. And for people who want advanced level, we have level 2 that you can still Go for it if you're already very good on the field of medical missionary, where you're going to learn how to make medicine, how to take care of patients, how to have much more hands-on on many things. So, but I highly recommend everyone that we desire to grow in knowledge and understanding. God bless you. May God be with you, and may you be used to be a blessing to other people. Have a happy, blessed afternoon. Bye-bye.